What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and put all of my tech news stories into one single video just for you, so you don't have to go back and watch all of my tech news videos and you get caught up at the same time. And this week had some amazing stuff. It had Galaxy S10 leaks on the features and prices of some of the phones, like updated prices, and definitely some feature leaked news, tons of features and specs on the Galaxy S10. So if you need to know all that stuff, it's in here. If you wanted to know information about the 1 terabyte version with 12 gigabytes of RAM, we have even more updated information about that. We have information about the Android Pie update for Verizon and for the unlocked versions of the Galaxy Note 9 and the Note 8 and all kinds of other stuff, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is if you're on T-Mobile, today is your day, not for the Note 9, but for the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, as the Samsung One UI Android Pie update is now officially being pushed out to you guys. So if you have the S9 or S9 Plus, go on your phone, check for the update, and you should have it. Download it, install it, and you'll be with the many of which already have this update as well. Now, this update does bring RCS universal profiling to you, meaning that you're basically able to text message others, probably more or less just on T-Mobile or other people that have RCS, longer text messages, bigger files, pictures that don't get downsized, downgraded in quality, things like that. This brings that update to you as well. So really cool update. If you do have the update, let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you have a Note 9 and you're on T-Mobile, I know you're gonna ask me, when's my update coming out, dude? I don't know. Probably, I would assume at this point, a few days, a week, maybe 2 weeks at this point. I don't have any concrete information, but if you look at them just pushing that update out just now, and then you would think the Note 9 is probably just around the corner. Next up, Evan Blass has released an unreleased Galaxy S10 promo photo. Now, at the bottom of this phone, in the photo, it gives you more confirmation. You'll have a headphone jack, USB-C, and the speaker. Not really anything new, but just a different photo for this promo. And other than that, I'm excited for the Galaxy S10 Plus. Are you? And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked 2019, which is on February 20th. Again, I will be there. I fly out on the 19th, and then just to make sure I do get there, because if my flight gets canceled, I still have enough time to drive up there, because it's about 8 hours from San Diego. But that's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is that they have released, Samsung themselves has released a promo video saying the following. It starts off with some Korean characters, and as we get deeper into the video, you're gonna see, look at, it's going around the edges, it's going around the corners. The future unfolds to 2019. Now, what does that mean? That means foldable phone, guys. Foldable phone on February 20th. So not only are we going to see on February 20th the Galaxy S10 line of phones, we're also going to see the foldable Samsung phone. Now, the one thing that kind of surprises me is we have all these leaks about the Galaxy S10, and we really don't have any looks or anything really about the Galaxy foldable phone. It kind of surprised, especially when it's going to be unleashed on February 20th. I don't think they're going to release it, but they're going to at least announce it and show it off a little bit more. It just surprises me we don't have more information. Maybe we will over this coming week and days before the event. But so far, yeah, it's looking like an amazing event. You're talking Samsung Galaxy Buds, the foldable phone, the Galaxy S10 line of phones, watches, and who knows what else. It's gonna be an amazing event. I'm so glad I'm able to go and cover this event. So thanks. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Buds. These are Samsung's newest wireless earbuds that will be coming out and announced on February 20th, and they'll also be included in some countries as a free pre-order gift if you pre-order the Galaxy S10. Now, if you are interested in what these officially look like and some specs about them, then you came to the right place. Now here's what they look like, which is obviously smaller than the Apple EarPods. And also when you put them in the case will wirelessly charge like we've seen in previous photos, As for some of the specs that are on here, you're getting actually a smaller battery with the Galaxy Buds versus the Icon X's. So the earbuds get a 58 milliamp battery, while the Icon X battery was 82 milliamp. So it's quite a sizable battery difference. Not sure why they did that. The charging case gets a 252 milliamp battery, which is 100 milliamps larger than the Icon X's. Maybe that's why they did it, which I don't know why someone would want to have a bigger battery in the case rather than the earphones, but regardless, it also has IPX2 water resistance, Bluetooth 5.0, and 8 gigabytes of storage inside the earbuds. And our last story of the day, it looks like the official specs for the S10e, the S10, and the S10 Plus have all leaked out. So if you wanted to know basically everything about the phone, then again, you came to the right place. Let's check it out. So you can see at the top it says Beyond 2, Beyond 1, and Beyond 0. So Beyond 2 is the S10 Plus, Beyond 1 is the S10, Beyond O or 0 is the S10e, also known as the S10 Lite. One thing that surprised me about the S10 Plus was that it shows that it has a 6.3 inch display. I could have swore they said 6.44, so it looks like the screen is slightly smaller than the Note 9. On the S10 you get a 6.1, and on the S10e you get a 5.8. As for the resolution, it is slightly higher on this year's S10 Plus and S10, where you get 3040 by 1440. In the past, it's been 2880 by 1440. The PPI obviously has gone up slightly just because of that. The highest PPI is on the S10, and then on the S10e, you get a 1080p plus display, which is 2280 by 1080. They all come with the Infinity O display, dynamic AMOLED HDR displays with Gorilla Glass 6, Gorilla Glass 5 on the Galaxy S10e. Then you get the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, advanced on-screen fingerprint 3D scan for more security, and you get that with the S10 Plus and S10. On the S10e, you just get a side fingerprint, facial recognition across the board. As for the camera selfies, it's a 10 megapixel on the front there, and then an 8 megapixel, because you get that second camera with live focus, dual aperture, autofocus, 4K selfie depth. That's cool. So you're gonna get a 4K camera on the S10 Plus and the S10. And then some of the camera features, you get AR emoji, animate yourself, natural look, add photos, videos with AR emoji. We've had AR emoji for a little bit now, so it's nothing really too new. You get fun stickers, again, nothing too new. It says the world's first selfie camera 4K video recording. I am in love with that. I think that's a great idea. Live focus, which is like the blurred background effect, color point effect, and then also spin effect. The battery's at the bottom it's a little bit blocked out, but the S10 Plus has a 4100 milliamp, 3400 milliamp on the S10, and then a 3100 milliamp on the S10e. Some additional features you see, you get wireless power share fast, which is going to allow you to share your battery with another wireless device. Wireless charging 2.0. They all come with one UI, and then you can see how much they weigh and how thick they are. Some other cool things in here is you get super slow-mo, obviously, and the recordings are 0.4 seconds and 0.8 seconds, which is nice. Capture dramatic slow-motion videos 2 times longer than the S9, and edit video. Choose section to slow down your recording. Weather-protected design, which is IP68, AKG headphone and AKG speakers, HDR10 plus playback, Dolby Atmos sound, 800 nits. So this is going to be how bright it gets. This is, so if you think about it, the Note 9 was 710 nits and the S9 Plus was 630 nits. So it's a sizable increase brightness-wise against the S9 Plus, and then a good increase as well against the Note 9. So this is going to look great outdoors. And then it's just showing Exynos 9820, which will be international, but on the America and some other places as well, you'll get the Snapdragon 855. And then lastly, you can see right here, these are the storage and RAM amounts right here, which some of these surprised me. So if you look at the bottom there, the S10e, you can get up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. You also see the colors next to each phone. The big one here is we're looking at B2, which is the S10 Plus. You can see it will have the 12 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and it comes in luxurious ceramic black and luxurious ceramic white. And then other than that, all the storage and RAM amounts pretty much match each other, 6128 and 8512. So one of the things I didn't see, which kind of surprised me, was some kind of night mode shooting. Maybe it will be there, maybe it just didn't show up, or maybe it will come on out as a later update. We'll have to wait and see on that. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is Samsung over in France, like their official Samsung website for France, has released the official names of the Galaxy S10 line of phones. It's not anything super not predictable. It's definitely predictable. And as you can see, they are the Galaxy S10e, the S10, and the S10 Plus. So again, nothing we didn't really expect, but this is official, as you can see, because it's right on Samsung's website in France. Next up, if you're on T-Mobile and you have the Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus, you might have seen that the update for the Android Pie Samsung One UI update was pulled the other day because of some issues, and they have actually re-released it. So if you have it, you should be able to re-download it now if you missed it the first time. Otherwise, maybe if you downloaded it, you probably have to re-download it. But regardless, the newest update is out. So all you got to do is go into your settings and then software downloads, and then just check for that update, and it should download and install, and again, give you the correct one that actually works this time. And the last story of the day is a video about the Galaxy S10 Plus phone with a screen protector. Now, if you didn't know, screen protectors don't work on the Galaxy S10 Plus. There is one that works, and that is the white stone dome glass. But regardless, this one is from Mobile Fun, and they're showing theirs with a hole in the middle where you would put your fingerprint sensor in. It looks so ridiculous and so not good. I would not go this way. If you're gonna get a screen protector, either don't get one at all, or at least try the one that I mentioned, the white stone dome one. That would possibly work. They're saying that one works anyways, that company is. So regardless, don't get this one with the hole in it. It looks so bad. It looks ridiculous. It looks bad. Don't do it. Let's get into the news. We only have one story today, and it is about the Galaxy S10 Plus, the version with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. And we're getting our first look at the white phone for this. It's made of ceramic. The official name for it is Luxurious Ceramic White. And just looking at it, you can see it's just a plain flat white look to it versus the white prism, which will be with some of the other phones that are not this edition. And you can see the white prism is a little bit more colorful. It pulls in, pinks and blues and different colors like purples, different colors like that. Whereas Luxurious Ceramic White, just again, a plain flat white. Obviously, you're gonna get much better specs with the Luxurious Ceramic White because you're gonna get up to 1 terabyte of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and the best you can get with the white prism would be 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. Do you need 1 terabyte of storage? Probably not, but to have 12 gigabytes of RAM is amazing because you can potentially get much better performance, or at least slightly better performance with that phone because of that much RAM in there. As for the specs inside, you can expect a 6.4-inch Infinity O Super AMOLED Quad HD Plus resolution display, Snapdragon 855 or Exynos 9820, and a 4100 milliamp battery. I personally like the white prism better. I think it's just more, it pulls in more colors. I like it, and especially if it's so dynamic like that, whereas when you get that flat, luxurious ceramic white, it obviously doesn't show too much, but it's still an interesting looking color. If I had to choose, if I got the option to choose the 1 terabyte with 12 gigabytes of RAM, I'd probably choose that white prism over the ceramic white. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which one is better, the white prism or the ceramic white? Just color alone. And then is that overkill on the specs as well? I still kind of want it. We'll see what happens. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Galaxy Note 8 and the Android Pie Samsung One UI final real build download going out. Now, it has officially been pushed out to India and Bulgaria, and hopefully it'll come out to America very, very soon. But this is some gold at the end of this rainbow, because when you see it coming out for other countries, obviously it's going to come out for other countries as well very soon after that. So America, other parts of Europe, Asia, Canada, South America, Africa, and all kinds of places. If you have the update and you're in one of those countries, let us know what you think of it so far. I absolutely love Samsung One UI on my Galaxy Note 9, and I haven't gotten an update in a while, unfortunately, but it's been running fantastic in terms of speed and reliability, which is weird. Maybe the apps have been updated to fix some of the issues, but regardless, it's been running awesome. And the last story of the day is Samsung has announced a brand new ultra thin tablet called the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e, E standing for basically economy, or just kind of a mid-tier tablet, even though this tablet has some amazing specs that match and sometimes exceed what you get with the Galaxy Tab S4. As for specs, you're looking at a display size of 10.5 inches with a resolution of 2560 by 1600, and it's an OLED display. This thing only goes for $400, mind you, so that's very inexpensive for a beautiful looking screen. As for the chipset, you're looking at a Snapdragon 670, which is an octa-core processor. Obviously, it doesn't compete fully with something like a Snapdragon 855, so it is kind of like a budget processor. That's probably where its weak point is on this tablet. Storage and RAM amounts: 4 gigabytes of RAM. It comes with 64 gigabytes of storage, or you can get 6 gigabytes of RAM for 128 gigabytes of storage. Both come with a micro SD slot where you can put up to 512 gigabytes of additional storage. Camera, there is a rear 13 megapixel camera that can shoot in 4K at 30 frames per second, and there is a front camera at 8 megapixels. The ports on there is you do get a USB Type-C, and then you also get a headset connector provided, which is Type-C, so there's no headphone jack on there. Unfortunately, maybe this is a sign of things to come for the Note 10 or the Galaxy S11. We'll have to wait and see. And then you can see it has a bunch of sensors. Wireless connectivity, does have Bluetooth 5.0. The battery size is 7040. Fast charging as well is in there. You get Android 9.0 with the Samsung One UI. The video can be played back at 4K 60 frames per second, and it does have 4 speakers by AKG with Dolby Atmos as well. The accessories, you can get a book cover keyboard, a charging dock, a slim cover, and a book cover, and they are not included, but you can, like I said, purchase those separately. Man, that is a really impressive looking tablet. Obviously, to me, I would think it's going against Apple's $320 tablet that they have out right now, and they should be refreshing that fairly soon with something newer. I don't know if it's going to be amazingly better in terms of the screen and the specs inside, but they're definitely going to be refreshing it fairly soon, because that other one's been out for a while. But that Samsung Tab 5e would be going against that one, and it's kind of weird because sometimes you can get a Tab S4 for as little as $500, but sometimes it floats in that $650 to $500 range, and it kind of, I don't know if it's taken away from that or what. I mean, it is the next kind of generation, or the economy version of the next generation. I don't know. It seems interesting though. I'm definitely interested in getting the tablet. I've been thinking about picking up a tablet, and I've been going back and forth with the iPad Pro or the Samsung one, the Tab 4. So maybe this would be the sweet spot at $400, a little bit of everything. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about Apple's new AirPods that will be out this spring. I know you all are so excited wanting these AirPods, but anyways, they will be out in spring. There's no exact price on these, but they will come in black, and they also will have wireless charging. Hopefully they don't have those big long pieces to the ends of them so you can pull them out of your ears easy. They're definitely some of the ugliest earphones that I have ever seen. I've never listened to them, but I know from the quality of the sound, a lot of people aren't impressed with them, so hopefully they improve that as well. But regardless, early spring, you're looking at new black Apple AirPods. And the last story of the day is Samsung is opening 3 experience stores. There's going to be official Samsung stores. Think Apple stores, but now Samsung stores, and they're going to be opened in the 3 following locations: the Americana at Brand, which is in Glendale, California; Roosevelt Field on Long Island, which the address will actually be in Garden City, New York; and then lastly, the Galleria in Houston, obviously in Houston, Texas. Now, some of the cool things you'll be able to do with these stores are try out products, have them be their phones or their VR or their 4K or even their 8K TVs, and this is sure to put some pressure on Apple. Even though it's only 3 stores, if these things are successful, you can definitely see them going against Apple throughout the country. And one of the key things I think about being an Apple customer is you have, you know, an iPhone or an Apple TV or one of their watches or their tablets, and you have a place to go to either just try it out or to actually just get it fixed even. So I would assume that Samsung Experience stores will probably have a help bar or something that helps people either learn how to use their products or get them fixed in a good amount of time. And I think this is a fantastic idea, and hopefully, again, this spreads throughout the country. We have so much news, and it's a Sunday, it's insane. So let's just jump right into it. The first story of the day, and these are side-by-side stories. So we're talking about the Galaxy Note 9 unlocked version and the Galaxy Note 9 Verizon version. So let's talk about the Galaxy Note 9 Verizon version. So someone on Reddit called in to Verizon, and this is what they heard about the update for the Samsung Pi One UI update. This is, I called Verizon today to work out a tech support issue with my Note 9. While I was on the phone, I asked the tech support guy if the Note was going to get Pi sometime soon. He looked at the upcoming updates for February and said it's not on the docket to get an update this month, meaning February. Not sure if this means it's for sure not coming this month or not. Now, don't take that completely as written in stone that you won't get it for February, but I don't know. It looks like there's a good chance it might not come out until March. And people that have the unlocked version of the Galaxy Note 9, this is what we know about it thus far. And this comes from a community message board on here, and you can see, and this is what USA Beta Support said. They said, thank you for the post. We are planning to release an update next week, maybe 2/18 or 2/19. Please note these dates are tentative and change often. This is awesome news. So hopefully this ends up sticking, because 2/18 is tomorrow and then 2/19 obviously is Tuesday. So this is great news. I have the unlocked version, so if this goes live, I'll definitely let you guys know for sure. And if you have the unlocked version or the Verizon version, hopefully we'll all get it really soon regardless. All right, now let's get into the Galaxy S10 news. The first is the color of the blue phone. So we've seen the blue in the past, as you can see right here, and you might be wondering if it's only going to come in the S10e version or the S10 or S10 Plus. Well, it looks like it's going to come in all three versions, and it's going to be available at launch in the United States. So if you're in the United States and you wanted the blue color and you're getting the Galaxy S10, no matter which version you're getting, it's going to be on all three versions on the USA. Again, that's great news, and you should be able to pick this up at launch for sure. Next up is all about the colors. Now, if you were interested in those ceramic white and ceramic black colors, and you were concerned that it was only going to be in the 1 terabyte of storage and 12 gigabyte of RAM version of the Galaxy S10 Plus, it looks like it's also going to come out in 512 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's going to be in the United States and a few other markets as well. You'll be able to get that ceramic black color. Again, this is great news. A lot of good news going on about the Galaxy S10, and the last story also is about good news as well. I think a lot of you will be pretty happy with it, but this is awesome. So you'll be able to get this probably with any carrier, I would assume, especially if it's going to be available in the United States. And the ceramic color, all the other colors are kind of prism colors, meaning that they change depending upon the light hitting the phone. This will just be like a straight black slate kind of. It's in some of the photos we've seen, you know, from gray, like a dark gray to like a black, but it's not going to be as colorful as, say, like you see that prism white that we've seen in the past that shows purples and blues and pinks and things like that. This won't do that. It'll be more of a flat color. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy S10 Plus, the 1 terabyte of storage and 12 gigabytes of RAM. Now, this comes from Evan Blass. He was a leaker, and it's from a Chinese site, and it looks like the currency that they're using is, I guess, yuan. You would pronounce it Y-U-A-N, and it shows off the price in yuan, which ends up being 10,000 yuan, which sounds like an extraordinarily amount of money. But it's actually not too bad. It looks like that equates out to just under $1,500 for the Galaxy S10 1 terabyte of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, which still sounds like a crazy amount of money, and it kind of is. I agree, but at the same time, it's not as expensive as what we've been hearing, $1,700, $1,800 for this phone. And when you compare that to, say, an iPhone's top is 512 gigabytes of storage, and I think only 4 gigabytes of RAM is in there, like iPhone 10 Plus version of that phone. So this, you're getting more RAM, double the storage. Obviously the Android ecosystem and customization to go along with it, and Samsung software on top of that. And also what I've heard, someone reached out to me a couple days ago. He said he has seen the Galaxy S10 Plus and that a couple things. The fingerprint sensor is super fast and really responsive and works really, really well. That's awesome. And he also said that the prices that we've been talking about over the last few weeks and months are incorrect, that they're actually going to be lower than what has been said. He said he talked to the Samsung representative that was shown on the phone, and that Samsung representative said that the prices are definitely not going to be as high. And this shows that that's probably true, that these prices aren't going to be as high as we thought. And if that's the case, you're probably looking at maybe $200-300 less than what we were thinking. So if the S10 Plus 512 gigabytes was rumored at $1,400 to $1,500, you're probably looking at around $1,100 or $1,200. Again, still high prices, but not as bad as we previously thought. So this is great news, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, new videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, does that now put it in contention for you to get the 1 terabyte of storage and 12 gigabytes of RAM phone, or are you gonna stick with one of the lesser versions? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace!